We are taking the chapter number 10, that is reaching the age of adolescence. Reaching the age of adolescence, we are taking the question and answers on this. What is the term used for secretions of endocrine glands responsible for changes taking place in the body? This is known as hormones. Hormones are chemical messengers that transport signal from one cell, or you can say a gland, to another cell. So these are hormones, which are chemical messengers transporting signal from one cell to another. Define adolescence. See, when we are born, after that, when there is a certain age when our body prepare us for reproduction. So the period of life when the body undergoes changes and which will lead us to reproductive maturity, this is known as adolescence. It starts around 11, and this is not very specific, depends on person to person. It starts around age 11 and lasts up to 18 to 19 years of age. What is menstruation? Explain. In female, there is a particular time when they bleed. Means this is a natural phenomena. We all should talk about this. Because of this, the world is alive. Means all of us are because of this procedure or this type of natural happening only. So in a female reproductive ovaries, the ova begins to mature with the onset of puberty. Once this ovum matures, in about 28 to 30 days, it is released by one of the ovaries. Now at this period, the wall of this is the wall of the uterus becomes thick. It becomes thick so as to receive the egg. Okay, as to receive the egg. In case it is fertilized, it will develop here because it has already developed itself, become thick. And if this fertilization doesn't occur, the released egg and the thickened lining, this one, along with the blood vessels, they are shed off every month. So this causes bleeding in female, which is called menstruation. So menstruation occurs once in about 28 to 30 days. It depends. Also, it can change in some women. This changes the body that take place at puberty. So there are certain changes you will see in boys, certain changes in girls. So there are certain changes. If we talk about boys and girls in common, then sudden increase in height, change in body shape, change in the voice, because the boys' voice becomes deep and harsh. Girls, their voice are pitched high. The sweat and sebaceous glands, it has more activity, and the reproductive organs begin to mature. And then the appearance of secondary sexual characteristics also start appearing. What are the changes in boy during puberty? First of all, beard and mustaches, facial development. Hair develops under the armpit and chest and pubic areas, that is the genital areas. Voice becomes deeper and you can say louder. Muscle develop and the shoulder becomes broad, and there is an increase in the weight. Now what happens in girls? The breast becomes enlarged, not in the chest, but armpit and pubic regions. The hairs are similar as boys. The hips are broadened and pelvic region widens, just because if in case she has to carry a child. Menstruation cycle starts, and with this point, this also is related to that point. Deposition of fat around hips takes place. Prepare a table having two columns depicting the name of endocrine glands and hormones secreted by them. So pituitary, this is the endocrine gland which secrete growth hormones: thyroid, thyroxine, adrenaline, and pancreas, insulin, testes, testosterone, ovaries, estrogen and progesterone. What are sex hormones and why are they named so? Also state their function. See, these are called sex hormones because they constitute the secondary sexual characters. In general, what happens? Hormone work instantly because they are released in the bloodstream, but sex hormones are different. They start to work later on, that is, they gradually prepare our body for reproduction. The sex hormones are responsible for fundamental change in growth and development and also stimulate the development of secondary sexual characteristics like the breast in the women and mustaches, beard in the men. The testes and the ovaries, that is the reproductive organs, they are stimulated by the pituitary hormone during the puberty, and that is why they are called as sex hormones. And now, what are the functions of sex hormone? First of all, we'll talk about male. The testes produce the male sex hormone, which is called as testosterone. It's very difficult to pronounce. Testosterone, we'll speak. This hormone helps in the development and maintenance of primary and secondary sexual characters, and also the sperm, the production of sperm. In female, the ovaries secrete estrogen and progesterone responsible for the primary and secondary sexual characters. We have to choose the correct options. Adolescents should be careful about what they eat because this is the correct answer, I guess. Proper diet is needed for the rapid growth taking place in their body. Reproductive age in women starts when their menstruation start. The right meal for adolescent consists of chapati, dal and vegetable. This is good. So these are the answers. And these are the reasons for that, because proper diet is needed, and second is menstruation starts, and third one is chapati, dal and vegetable. That is, this is bread, this is legume, and these are vegetables. Write short notes on Adam's apple, secondary sexual character, sex determination in the unborn body. Adam apple, that is the, if you see a male, there is a protruding part of the throat, which is called as the Adam's apple. So this is nothing but an enlarged voiced box or larynx, which gets enlarged, and in boys especially they are visible on the onset of the puberty, and that this makes the voice of boys hoarse. There are secondary sexual characters. Let us talk about this one. In boys, facial hairs like beard and mustaches, the hairs under armpit, chest and pubic regions, the voice is deeper, becomes deeper, muscle develop, and the shoulder also becomes broad in many cases, and the weight is increased. While in girls, the breasts are enlarged, they are visible. Hair develops not on the chest but armpit and pubic regions. The deposition of fat around hips and the broadening and pelvic region broadening hips is because they would carry the next generation, and the menstruation cycle also starts. The next is sex determination in the unborn baby. So how does it work? Or what is this? All human beings, they have 23 pairs of chromosomes in the nuclei of their cells. So out of these two chromosomes are the sex chromosomes, and they are called as X and Y. A female has 2 X chromosomes, means a female has 2 X chromosomes, and the male has X and Y. So the gametes, egg and sperm, have only one set of chromosomes. So the fertilized egg always has 1 X chromosome, but sperms may have X and Y. So there are possibility of X and Y from men only. So when a sperm containing X chromosome fertilize the egg, the zygote would have 2 chromosomes and develop into a female child, right? If the sperm contributes Y chromosomes to the egg at the fertilization, the zygote would become or develop into a male child. So this concludes that the sex hormones of the father actually determines the sex of an unborn baby. Word game. These are some word games. Protruding voice box in boys, that is larynx, right? Like this we have to fill up. So let us fill up, just read them once. Like thyroid secretes thyroxine. This we are going to fill up. So this is the side and you can say across and down boxes where we have to fill the answers. So let us see the answer directly. This is thyroid, testosterone, and we have larynx, puberty, and the target site. Then we have Adam's apple, endocrine, hormone, insulin, estrogen, and pituitary. Now the table here shows the data on likely heights of boys and girls as they grow at their age. We have to draw a graph which is already being made, showing height and age of both boys and girls on the same graph paper. What conclusion do you draw? First of all, the x-axis we have taken as the age, the y-axis we have taken as the height. So we have two line graphs here. One is shown by a purple color, one is by black color. Black is for boys, purple is for girls. As you see here, that girls are taller than boys till they reach age 12. Till the age 16, they are almost same. But after 16, both boys and girls increase or they gain height, but the boys are taller than the girls. So this is all about the question and answer on adolescence. Thank you so much. Take care of yourself.